My name is Jackie Kazerian, and I am a 2025 artist resident at the Sam and Adele Golden Foundation for the Arts. In the past, I would work with Photoshop to develop my paintings. And at the end of every studio session, I would take a photograph of all of the works that I've been working on and go home and then look through them, change colors, manipulate the image in Photoshop, print it out, come back to the studio with a printout, and then use that as a guide for the next steps. And now with the skins, if I have like a washy area and I want to have something really flat and solid right next to it, I can actually make that solid skin, and I could cut it out into a shape specifically and then immediately apply it to the painting. I feel like I'm working inside my computer screen, but I get to deal with the nuance and the collaging at the same time. This mold making and these skins create even more dynamism. So this was really the exciting one that I found. The underlayment of a rug, so the rug doesn't move. And I just really loved the texture of it and wanted to use it as a skin. And also because it's a grid, and a lot of what I paint naturally are very organic shapes. So having a grid to contrast with that is pretty interesting to me. And then this skin is the first one I did. The tool wasn't adhered completely, so there's these like raised areas of just tool. So it's kind of clumsy, and I love that clumsiness in contrast to the kind of the slickness of the airbrush. The airbrush is a new painting vocabulary for me. It just has a different texture, a different feeling. It's almost like there's a romanticism to airbrush, but I like to play with that lyricism by juxtaposing things that are very contrasty, like a skin of a brushstroke. This is that rug underlayment, and then the tape, which I really love because it speaks to the process of the way the thing was made. And I always like to reveal as much of the process as possible without losing the image. I'm really interested in perception, but I'm also interested in your body experience with these works. So I make really large works. It's almost like I'm luring you in. I want you to want to get close to these pieces, and I want rewards when you get there. I like to push the work to the brink of catastrophe and then kind of grab it from the jaws of defeat. I've always talked about my studio as being a laboratory. My background is in science, and so I have that experience of being in a laboratory and how you have to sort of cut off all the variables or feel all the variables of a certain topic, so you reduce down to the absolute definitive thing that you're going to do. I feel like I'm back in the laboratory. The part that gives me the most joy is when I'm in the flow. Sounds trite, but it's really true. That's the joyful time. And sometimes it takes a really long time to get into the flow, but once I'm there, that's why I paint.
My name is Kunlin and I'm 2025 artist resident at the Sam and Adele Golden Foundation for the Arts. So this project, as I began working in 2023, when I come to West Virginia, they have a special culture of the ginseng hunger, and I'm really interested in the working class and farming in the American people. So the ginseng is a very important herb for the Chinese medicine, and so many Chinese and Korean people need to buy the ginseng. When I come to these areas, I find some people do a really dangerous job. They invade the other person's property just to dig the ginseng and sell in San Francisco. So you can see that the target, that's for the hunter culture. The moleculars for the modern medicine cannot be seen for the eyes. But when I make them bigger and I transfer to the papers, they lose their original meaning. Just like you watching the natural herbs and the plant and flowers. So I'm interested about how the scientific object and images, how they can be changed, same as beauty of nature, plants. So I'm interested about American politics, the issues as artists, how the internet and globalization divide the world. And this is the work is actually, when I finish it, I will use like AI to generate the text, and the AI is the tool to use the text to generate the images. So if I ask AI to look in my abstract paintings, they will generate the text. So actually each circle I will use the different gel media to experiment. Then I will ask maybe the ChatGPT or some AI mode to read my abstract like loop. I want to see if I change the texture and mediums, how the computer will react. My work inspires my life and where I'm from. I'm born and raised in China, and I get my art education in the United States and live in America for 11 years. So the geographic is really interesting for me. I'm not from big cities in China like Beijing and Shanghai. So when I travel United States, I will say that I'm come from the Chinese Ohio or Chinese West Virginia. The American people were very quick to get what my hometown look like. But when I come back to China, I try to introduce what is West Coast culture and what is California. I will say maybe I'm just living the American Tibet for 11 years. And so that's why a lot of my topic is talking about how can I make a bridge for the two nations, two different group of people, because I like each other. But we always face the bias by the politician or the medians. And if I use my art to show Chinese rock culture or young culture to the Western culture, United States, people can understand each other more.
My name is Rodrigo Gallesio, and I am a 2025 artist resident at the Sam and Adele Golden Foundation for the Arts. Well, I'm from Chile, from Santiago. In my paintings, I'm always quoting in subtle way textile traditions in South America. I'm very fond of textiles, and my paintings, in a way, are textiles, like a quilt. I almost always start with a grid, but I don't have a preconceived idea of what I'm going to paint. I have a way of doing things, which allows me to start, and then things start to appear in the surface. And when I was here already, I started to see things of my environment, like going to the factory, and the factory was a place that I wanted to work with, for example, or the barn, the place, the space, the sensations, the light, the colors. When we go to the grocery shops, I'm seeing new things for me. Not just a landscape, but cultural landscape also. Some things appear in a very sensitive way. Color is my most important asset. One of the most beautiful things that you can think of is to be grateful of seeing colors. To wake up in the morning and open your eyes and see things in color. It was 1978. I was 6 years old. I was watching this Jacques Cousteau television program. It's in black and white. And my father taught me, hey, I have this new television set in color. Let's replace the old one. We turn it on, and the sea was blue. The cap of Jacques Cousteau red. It was so shocking for me that I think it's a very important part of my aesthetic formation history. For example, this Pyrrole Red Dark, which for me was amazing. When I first painted a brushstroke of this color, it was for me like opening a new window, a new view, a new sensation. I was little, and my father bought me a comic from Asterix that was in French, so I couldn't read it. It was a beautiful comic with hardcover, very well illustrated, very well printed. It was beautiful, and I was obsessed with this comic. And then it came to be that I have always been reading comics since my childhood. And I used to watch the comics before reading them. I was looking at the pictures. That was the most interesting thing for me. Colors, shapes, the history that you can see, not read. I can stop thinking about painting. First of all, it's because it's fun to find something that you have never imagined before doing it. It is appearing a picture, a depiction also, that I never knew that I was going to paint. It's like a discovery, and when you are in this process of discovering something, you are so excited that you can stop. It's like going to a new country, doing a painting. So that's why I call them adventure paintings. Every artist, I think, experiences this creation process as an adventure.